Well, hello everyone, my name is Nick, and today I am packing my bag because very early tomorrow morning I am getting on a flight and going to Orlando, Florida, because me and one of my best friends just very recently booked a last-minute trip to Disney World. Now, two things I need to make clear immediately in this video. One, I'm not rich. I know Disney World's very expensive. I'm very middle class. And two, I'm not a Disney gay. My parents in the 90s made the investment of joining the Disney Vacation Club, so it allowed my family to just be able to go to Disney World every year, as many 90s families did. But now that we're all grown up, this allows my older brother and sister, who are both married and have kids, to be able to go to Disney World every year and do it affordably. But I am the homosexual black sheep of the family, so I haven't really gone in a couple years, so it's my time to go. I'm just doing a quick trip to make sure if my other family members do want to go that they have the opportunity, but I'm really looking forward to having this little adults trip. Also, I should mention really quickly as well, just in case you clicked on this video because it's a Disney World video, my channel is about indoor gardening, so if this Disney video focuses a lot more on the foliage seen in Disney World, I'm sorry if that's not what you're looking for, but that's what we're here for today. But of course, I'm going to have to share some of my other experiences and just document this little trip. So without further ado, cue the iMovie travel music. We're having a great time. We've been hanging out at the hotel pool bar, and now we're walking over to the Polynesian since it's so close by to the Grand Floridian where we're staying. There's a whole bed of Syngonium podophyllum in here. Looks gorgeous. We all grow this in our home. There's some really gorgeous cordylands right here, some philodendrons or thematophyllums, bird of paradise up here, but as you can see, there are so many beautiful plants literally everywhere here at the Polynesian. We just got done day one. We spent a lot of time at the pool bar, and then in the evening we went to Disney Springs, which was a lot of fun. We went to the Hangar Bar, and I do want to say I don't want to say I'm shocked because I'm not really shocked, but I'm surprised about how rude so many of the people who are staying here are to the employees who work here. I know that the Grand Floridian, where we're staying, is like a fancy hotel, but a lot of the people who are staying here are just so rude. So we're trying to be a breath of fresh air. So now it's time for day 2. We got up really early today, and now we're going to have a really long day going out to, we're going to try to go to Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom, and Epcot all in one day. So we're going to have a great time, but it's going to be a really long day.
Bags up the middle, bags in your bags, right up the middle, please.
So pretty.
Ask me, he'll never reach that point.
Why me? Why me? Oh dear.
Mission accomplished, Space Rangers. Check the status board and review your score. And remember, to infinity and beyond.
Space Ranger is you take a spin around the planet and ascend to otherworldly heights.
5th floor. Going down.
It's our last day here. We're going to the airport in a couple of hours and we had a really great time. But before I go, I do want to show you guys the room because I totally forgot and it's pretty amazing. Right when you walk in, there's this entryway, which is very fancy. And there was laundry inside that cabinet. And then there's a kitchen with this whole dining area and all of our ketchup packets. And it's really adorable. I love the little glass here that goes into the entryway. And it's a whole one bedroom kind of deal. So it's a living space right here with a TV. And then there's also a bed in here that pulls down, which is kind of neat, kind of themed, good for a child. And then the bedroom, which has this very large, very comfortable bed. And a little mini bathroom, powder room thingy. Hello. And also another bathroom over here. So it's really, really nice. It was really nice staying here. And then there's also the balcony. This room's huge. But a balcony that goes out here, and we had a view of the monorail, which is really, really nice. It goes by very often. And it was fun to watch. And the balcony is just huge. It's like 40 feet. It's been so nice staying here. We got back yesterday and we had such an incredible time. We got so much done and I just wanted to take a moment to reflect on it. We got there pretty early on the first day at our hotel, the Grand Floridian, so we had a lot of time to kill before our room was ready. So we ended up hanging out at the pool bar for a pretty long time, which was pretty awesome. And then we walked over to the Polynesian Resort, which is right next door, and it has a lot of foliage, which of course I really enjoyed. And then that night we went to the Disney Springs area and we got dinner and drinks at the Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar, which I only had a couple seconds of really crappy footage, but it was like the coolest thing that we did the entire time we were there. Definitely my favorite thing. And then the next 2 days, we went to the park. I didn't really take any footage on the second day. I just took a little bit because I really wanted to enjoy my trip and not focus on getting any snippets or anything. But the first day, we thought we were gonna be ambitious going to 3 parks, but it was completely doable and we had a lot of time to relax in between. We went to the Hollywood Studios right when it opened and we did the early entry since we're staying on property. And we got like everything done before the park even opened. So we ended up giving in and waiting in a couple long lines because we had so much time to kill before we could even go to another park. So going at park opening was definitely a really, really good idea. And then we were able to get a bunch of things done at both the Magic Kingdom and Epcot afterwards, which Epcot was open till midnight that night. They had like a late thing. I don't know what it's called, but it was open late for anyone who was staying in the deluxe resorts, and we were staying in a deluxe resort. So it was a really, really productive day. And then the second day, we were able to spend more time at the Magic Kingdom and more time at Epcot, where at both parks we got so much done that we still had like 3 or 4 hours in between parks to hang out in the room and relax, and we didn't feel like we were missing out on anything because we just got so much done. A couple of observations on the trip. I haven't gone in a long time. I haven't really been going. Like I mentioned, I went one time as an adult before this, but I was on a pretty tight budget, so I didn't really get to experience Disney World. And people always say it's so expensive. And I'm aware that I didn't have to pay for the hotel because of my family's investment a long time ago, which is a much smaller investment than it is now, keeping in mind. But I didn't think Disney World was very expensive. I also live in a city, so paying $13 for a cocktail isn't anything that I sweat whatsoever. But I thought that everything was very affordable. The food and the drinks were completely affordable on our few days there. I don't think either of us spent more than like $250 on food and drink. And I don't think we were holding back whatsoever. So much more affordable than people say. People walk very slow there. We were walking at our literal normal walking pace and we had to constantly be weaving in and out of people because they were just walking so slow or just like not paying attention where they're going or just stopping in the middle of the sidewalk with their strollers, and it was just it was a lot there. Also, I mentioned after a little bit of drinking, so I do want to reiterate here that people are so rude. I witnessed so many more adults have temper tantrums than children. It's kind of shocking, but even though they call it the happiest place on earth, if you are miserable at home, you are still going to be miserable in Disney World. It's definitely a very immersive experience since you're on a large property that's 100% Disney themed. I have a muffin here with me. She doesn't like being held though, so I'm gonna put her down. Some people get a little too immersed, adults specifically, which was a little surprising to me. It was a little bit more, dare I say, culty than I remember as a child, or even the last time I went 4 or 5 years ago. But regardless, I'm not here to yuck anybody's yum. It was just something that kind of shocked me, but I had a great time no matter what. I enjoyed it. But I noticed this time, now that I'm an adult, I think I would have a better time in the future, just focusing more on enjoying the luxury hotels that they have and also the Disney Springs, since I really experienced the most enjoyment when I was there. So yeah, definitely something I'm gonna keep in mind for the future. Would I rather go to other places on vacation? 100%, but I would have to pay for the hotels. So this is something I'm very grateful and fortunate to have at my disposal. But I'm really looking forward to the next trip. I probably won't be going back for like 2 or 3 years because I mentioned I want my family to be able to enjoy it more than I do, since it's much more geared towards them, but still had such a great time and I'm really looking forward to going back. So I will cut it off there. I'm already yapping away. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I will be back with my normal gardening content next week. You can follow me on Instagram at Philly Foliage, and I will see you guys in my next video. Have a great day.